Hi, welcome back to fourth video of this C programming tutorial series. This video is going to be on decision making statements in C. So there are few decision making statements that helps a program to decide what block of program to be executed on runtime. So as per user input or as per some values given in the program. So it will be discussed deeply in this concept. So there are basically four decision making statements. One is if statement, then if else statement, then nested if, then followed by switch statement. So we will have an example for each decision making statement with an explanation. So if statement is nothing but we can give a condition. It will check for a condition whether if the condition is true, only if the condition is true, the code inside this block will be executed. In case if the condition is false, the control will not enter this braces. Instead it will jump outside the brace. So only if a condition is true, this code will be executed. In case if the condition is false, this will not be executed. So we'll have an example now. Right. So I need to find whether the value of I is less than 100 or not. That's it. So this is the concept. I will use if statement here. If I less than 100, printf value less than 100. So if I try to run this code, I may get the output as value less than 100. So the value is less than 100. Right. So from this, what can we conclude? Integer I is actually 10, which is less than 100. Here we have given some expression that is I less than 100. I mean a condition. This if statement checks for the condition whether I is less than 100. So obviously I is less than 100, I value is 10. The condition is true. So once the condition is true, the any code inside this block will be executed. So if block will be executed. So that is why value is 10, that is less than 100. So this code is executed and we got the output as less than 100. In case if I give 101 for the value of I, so I won't get any output here, an empty output, because the program will be executed and no printf statement will be executed because it is checking whether I value is less than 100. So 101 less than 100, it is false, and hence this block will not be executed. The control starts from here, comes here, comes here, and then instead of going inside, it will jump here. So this is the way of execution of if statement. The second one, if else statement. So it is an improved form of if statement. So the only changes, if statement will check for a condition. In case if it is a true, then that code will be executed, and if it is false, it will do nothing. But in case of if else statement, the same thing, it will check for a condition. In case that condition is true, the code inside that if block will be executed. In case the condition is false, this will be skipped and else part will be executed. So if in case the condition is true, if block is executed. If the condition is false, else block is executed. Simple. So we will have an example for this also. So we will proceed with the same example. In case if I value is less than 100, it will print as value less than 100. Else, in case if the I value is not less than 100, value is greater or equal to 100. So when the value I is given as 99, it will check for the condition. So 99 is less than 100, then the condition is true. This if block will be executed, the value less than 100 will be printed. While printing this value, this block will be omitted, which means the control will execute this and jump out of this else statement. So in if else statement, any one of the block, either if block or else block, any one of the block will be executed and not both. So I have given 99, which is condition is true, this will be executed and this will not be executed. So we will run this code. So value less than 100. So we don't get both print values, which indirectly means that any one of the block will be executed at a time. So now I am giving 1000, which is greater than 100. So obviously condition is false. This value will not be executed. This code will not be executed. Instead, this else part will be executed. So value is greater or equal to 100. So this explains the execution of if else statement. So there are few other modifications or improvised form of if else statement, that is nested if in a if else ladder or something like that. So nested if is nothing but an if statement inside another if statement. So if else ladder is also similar to that. If else will be inside another if else statement. There will be multiple if statements in the form of ladder. So we will have an example for nested if alone. So we will remove this else statement. In case if the value of I is less than 100, I will check again whether the value of I is less than 50. If I is less than 50, so I value less than 50. So it will check for the first condition. In case the condition is true, only then it will enter here. It will check for the other second condition. If the I is less than 50, then this block will be executed. In case if it is not less than 50, this block alone skipped and the control will come outside. So this is nested if statement. So we will not get any output because I value is 1000. So condition false at the first if statement itself. So 75. So in case if it is 75, condition will be true in the first if statement, then it will enter here. Here it will be false because 75 is greater than 50. So it will enter here, but it will not enter here. So if first if statement will be successful and it will enter here. This is second if statement will not be successful, then it won't enter here and it will come out. So for identification, we will just give a printf statement. Entered first if. So just to identify the execution. So entered first if, but we don't get any value like entered second if. So this means that first condition is true. The control enters inside the first if statement. It executes this ninth line. Then while checking the condition for I less than 50, the condition is false and hence this block is skipped and control comes outside. So we'll give the I value as 25. So this will be true. This printf will be executed. Then this will be true. These two lines will be executed. So we'll be witnessing the same output. I mean, all the printf statement. See, entered first if, entered second if, I value is less than 50. So all values, all both if conditions successfully executed. So this is an example for nested if statement. So far we have been discussing if and if else statement. So if and if else statement is called as single branching statements because either if block or else block. So any one of the blocks will be executed. But now comes switch statement. The syntax of switch statement is we will give some value here inside a switch. The case that matches that value will be executed. So we can have any number of cases here. 1, 10, 20, 100, any number of cases can be added inside switch case, but as an output the case that exactly matches this choice will be executed. Only that case alone will be executed, rest of the cases will be ignored. So this switch statement is called as multiple branching statement. So we have multiple cases but only one case will be executed. So I will show you with an example. So our task is to print the value of number in words. So I value will be from 1 to 5. So I need whatever the I value will be, it must be printing the words in output. Switch off I. So the value to be given as choice is given here I. Case space 1. When the I value is 1, this case will be executed. Break case 2. If the I value is 2, this case will be executed. Case 3. Case 4. Right. And there is another case called default. We don't discuss as of now. So in case if the value of I is 1, ONE1 will be printed. If the value of I is 2, 2 is printed. Value is 3. If the value is 4, so if the value is 5, this will be printed. So now we have a clear structure on switch statement. So some value will be given inside switch statement for choice. The case given inside the switch that exactly matches with the value of I alone will be executed. So rest of the cases will be remain undisturbed. So I have given I value as 3 now. Control will enter here. It will check for the case that matches value of I. So case 3 is the only case that matches the value of I. So hopefully this 3 value will be printed. So value 3 is printed here. If I give 5, value 5 is printed. Right. So now I'm just giving value 1, removing this break here. So I have removed break statement for 2 cases alone. So rest of the 3 cases we didn't remove break statement. So only for 2 cases we have removed break statement, and we have given value I1 intentionally for checking some critical cases. So actually as of I value is 1, the program is supposed to print only 1 as output, but instead of that it has printed 1, 2 and 3. So I think you can relate this output with the break statements we have removed. So we have removed break statement here, but we have not removed break statement here. And the value that matches with the I value is case 1. So which means that indirectly means that the controller enters the case here. It has printed 1. So since there is no break, it starts continue. It is continuing its execution to case 2 also without even checking the value. So printf 2, so 2 has been printed, and then again there is no break statement, so it is continuing execution of case 3 also without even checking the value. So 3 also printed. Here it founds the break statement, and hence it stops executing the other cases and jumps out of the switch case. So this is the uh, effect of break statement inside switch case. So in case if I remove this break statement, the same thing, 1 2 and 3 will be printed again. There is no, since the absence of break, it will start continuing the execution of case 4 also. So hope this video is useful and informative. So we have discussed uh, decision making and branching statements. In case you have queries or comments, you can straight away leave a comment below. We are happy to reply. Thanks for watching. Keep supporting us.